Well, we've actually done a video covering about this very thing in the past, and it's been rumors ever since like the first gen Coyote Mustang back in the early 2010s. It is actually looking like, without a doubt, a four-door Mustang could be coming with the Mustang Mach 4 trademark filed by Ford would be the first Ford sedan in years. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it and see how it's going to compare to its rivals. If you ever wanted real carbon fiber parts, I do have a promo code with carbon add-ons. Whether you have a Chevy, a Dodge, or a Mustang, a Ford, you can get real carbon fiber parts and save 5% off even on the discounted stuff using code FitCityGarage5 or use the link in the description of this video down below. So thanks for checking it out, and let's get on with the video. So I kind of got the elephant out of the room, right? This has been a rumor for numerous years. I didn't even realize how old this rumor used to be in the early 2010s when I wasn't really a car enthusiast. I was just in high school at that point. But it looks like this is going to be a thing. Now, here's the deal. A lot of people are talking about this Mustang being a four-door, right, with the Mach 4. It doesn't necessarily have to be a four-door Mustang, but if it's a four-door that has the Coyote V8 engine, that's all that matters at the end of the day. I don't see a lot of people kind of talking about that, right? People are saying, oh, it's a Mustang four-door, no matter what. And it very well could be. I'm not going to negate that. However, no one's really saying anything about it being anything other than a Mustang nameplate, because if as long as it has a Coyote 50 in there, it doesn't matter if it's a Crown Vic, a new Fusion, a Taurus Show. It doesn't matter really what the nameplate is. It's the engine that matters more than anything else, in my opinion, which I think you guys could agree as well. So I will link this article in the description down below, but let's kind of go over it a little bit, right? So the trademark Mach 4 was in February 25th application, the patent and trademark office, USPTO, for motor vehicles. So what could the Mach 4 be? The Mustang sedan, obviously. Ford CEO Jim Farley has said that as long as the variants have all the performance and attitude of the original, a Mustang can be any shape. And last summer, Ford reportedly unveiled a Mustang sedan during a closed-door meeting with Mach 4 badging. So that's reportedly. Don't know. What's interesting is, let's backtrack a little bit here. We're going to be coming up on a year for that vehicle that's been reportedly shown, right? This summer will be a year. We're already almost into spring. It's March now, so just a few months away. We haven't even heard anything official about that whatsoever. No leaks. I'm surprised we haven't had any leaks, guys. It's 2025 with the Internet of Things and stuff like that. I'm surprised we haven't had any like leaks and things of that nature. So I don't know. I don't know. Now, it is true. I will say Jim Farley has said that there's going to be a bazillion Mustang variants coming out. We still have the GT500, the Cobra, the Boss. Whatever one of those three, if not all three, going to be coming to the Mustang nameplate. We still don't have our official Ford supercharged high horsepower Mustang variant for the masses yet. The GTD doesn't count. That's a specialized vehicle. We don't have one. We don't have one from Ford. They don't have a GT500 equivalent. They haven't even announced one yet. So we're gonna have to see what nameplate that's gonna carry. A Dark Horse R has supposedly been in the works. So you kind of get the idea of what Ford is going to be trying to do moving forward. However, it's at an incredibly slow pace. It's 2025 now. The Mustang first started hitting lots at late 2023. So, it's a year and a half now, give or take. It's taken a while, and they're not filling the public in with any info. I understand that a lot of this stuff ends up being kind of secretive, and they keep it behind the scenes. But any kind of, exciting things they could pitch to us, because to let us know things are on the way, would be really smart, in my opinion. So, if or when the Mach 4 actually arrives, not only will it be the first production sedan Mustang ever, but it will likely be the first sedan in Ford's US lineup in years. Dearborn has not offered one of those in this country since the Fusion departed the scene in 2020. And it's kind of interesting to think about. The sedan market, I mean, it depends on where you're at in the world. A lot of companies, Toyota, Hyundai, Kia, You got Honda, right? You've look at BMW for that matter. There are car manufacturers that have done very well in the sedan market. Genesis, another one, like Hyundai's Cadillac, so to speak, and Cadillac. Look at Cadillac; they got sedans too. Sedans need to be brought back into Ford, in my opinion. All these SUV offerings are kind of ridiculous. Trucks are trucks, and they are always going to be bought, so there's not much there, to change or to add to the lineups. Trucks are trucks, but adding all these weird crossover SUV off-road stuff, it's just such a, I don't know. I feel like Ford is definitely missing a sedan, and if they make a fun variant of the sedan, I think that would be very smart, and it doesn't always have to have the V8 engine. Look at the Dodge Charger. The Dodge Charger had the Pentastar V6 all the way up to a Hellcat engines, right? High horsepower Hellcat engines. So they can do the same thing with this four-door sedan as well. And again, it doesn't necessarily have to be a Mustang. Just as long as it has the 5.0 option, that's all that matters. And we don't even know if it's going to be all-wheel drive or not. I think it would be smart for them to dabble in the all-wheel drive stuff. Hell, even dabble with an all-wheel drive at two-door Mustang for that matter. But let's see, when the Mach 4 production would start, what powertrain would it use? And pretty much all other specifics remain in the realm of speculation. But considering it only took 4 months for Acura to officially announce the new RSX crossover after that trademark was spotted by sleuths, we may not have to wait for long. One thing's for sure, the Mach 4 won't be another Mustang clone. At least we hope not. I think so. What's weird is Ford said that the Mach E was a Mustang, and now they're doing the Mach 4, and it being a Mustang. They're calling that a Mustang too. So the Mustang Mach E has 4 doors. Mach 4, 4-door Mustang. So Ford just told on themselves saying that the Mach E is not a Mustang. What? Very confusing. However, here's the kicker, though. A lot of people are saying, a lot of Mopar guys, Ford people, Chevy people, you name it, right? A lot of people are saying they would rather have the Mustang 4-door over the new inline 6 fully forged engine, might I add, inline 6 Charger. Now, we're going to assume, let's play devil's advocate, but also let's level the playing field at the same time. Let's assume both these cars cost the same. We'll say 50 grand. It sounds a little, little lenient, but let's say 50 grand for the Mustang 4-door and 50 grand for the 550 horsepower inline 6 Dodge Charger. Here's renderings of a 4-door Mustang. Like this one, this is like a 4-door Dark Horse. I mean, it doesn't look bad, right? It's just stretching the vehicle a little bit whatsoever. Like this looks good. This was one of the earliest renderings. Here's what an EcoBoost would look like, and I imagine they would offer a V4 option or even some kind of V6 option. But it's looking like the 4-door Mustang could definitely be a good selling vehicle. It just can't be priced too high. But again, 50K, right? That's our basis. But I just want to show you guys kind of what some really, really nice looking renderings of a realistic 4-door Mustang would look like. But I think where the Mustang falls flat versus the Challenger is the interior. Because when you look at the interior, yes, some say it's an upgrade, some say it's a downgrade. If you like technology, you would think overall it's a net upgrade, maybe not so much. There are a couple extra bells and whistles that Ford puts in here with the technology, like adaptive cruise control and the modes being on the steering wheel here is definitely really cool. A little nice touch, right? You get some extra features that are inside the infotainment system. You got the parking e-brake that's electronic, and also it can be a drift brake. But overall, it's nothing too crazy, nothing to write home about. Like the door panels are the same as the prior gen. The shift handle is the same as the prior gen. The whole actual like center console is kind of the same as the prior gen. You do have wireless charging. There's a little bell and whistle, but overall, it's very Ford. It's very Ford, right? But when you go to the Dodge, it is a completely different interior. It is a better interior. Now, I want to put everything aside. Not a Dodge guy. I'm not a Ford guy. I'm not a Chevy guy. I'm a car enthusiast. I like things that are cool and fast, and that's it. Like, that's all I care about. Okay? But Dodge is killing it with their new interior. And the thing is it comes with a really nice separated setup. A lot of people like this and wish this is what Ford would do. The pistol grip shifter looks like ass, I'll be honest. The cool lighting effects on the interior are sick and I do believe are stock standard. The steering wheel is fine. It's got all the bells and whistles and it has the drive mode changers right on the steering wheel. So there's that. It's also like a squarish steering wheel design so you can see easier at the gauge cluster. It's got a heads up display and I do believe that's stock standard. Heads up display, guys. You know, they might be a waste, they might not. I think it's a game changer. I never have to look at the tachometer or the odometer, whatever you want to call it. I just never have to look down. I don't. I might look at the infotainment to change songs or adjust some things, but I never have to look down. I have it in my BMW. I had it in my Camaro ZL1. I love it. I love heads-up displays. They are a nice QOL, quality of life thing to have. But I think Dodge is definitely stepped the game up. There it is there. All the features and stuff that they have, because these cars are in the wild in electric form, but we're going to have the gas powered. The interior, I think, is just leagues better than the Mustang, and that's something you have to take into consideration. I'm actually going to be doing an entirely different video talking about car interiors and why I think as car enthusiasts, we take that for granted so much. But I'm not going to dive into that anymore. Like I said, that's going to be a full video. But yeah, I think when it comes to interiors, if these cars are priced the same, I don't think it's going to be much of a blowout. As you would think, people buying the V8 versus the inline 6. I've heard some sound clips of the inline 6. I don't know if they're real or not, but they do sound good. They do sound good. Add an exhaust on there. If they're very reliable, fully forged engines, some of them are having issues in the trucks and the Jeep Wagoneers right now. But if they just fix that in the production of the cars, no problem. They're like minor things. They're like some of the plastics are warping because of the heat. They gone cheap, and you can blame Carlos Tavares for that. They gone cheap. So if they fix those and remedy those manufacturing issues with better parts when they start making these vehicles, those issues aren't going to show up. So I'm cautiously optimistic for this, and I'm cautiously optimistic for the four-door Mustang 2, or whatever the hell it's going to be. Hopefully it's all-wheel drive, so it matches the 550 horsepower all-wheel drive of this. And last but not least, as a car enthusiast, we have to talk about the elephant in the room before I let you guys go, is not only does the Mustang need to be tunable here sooner than later, the Dodge and the four-door Mustang need to be tunable as well. If not necessarily right out of the gate, very soon. It's holding back car enthusiasts from mass purchasing these cars. You can't do a full bolt-on E85 tune. You have to buy a Whipple or a Roush. You have to spend $10,000+ to get a tune from Whipple and Roush, but that's all you can do to the car. You can't add a fuel system to add more power, things of that nature. You can't change any timings, nothing. You have to use what you're given, but you can't go get headers. You can't go get a fuel system. You can't go get port the intake manifold and the throttle bodies and then send off your file to a tuner and get it tuned. You can't. It's locked. So that is going to be the ultimate testament to what is going to succeed. As far as a commuter, mom and pop, daily car, the four-door of both the Dodge and the Mustang would make sense. It's fine. But for car enthusiasts, we care about adding power. That's what matters the most. And having a nice thing right out of the gate is a plus, but we want to have that tunability and that just modability overall to make it ours. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below about the four-door Mustang. Do you guys think this will be a hit? Do you think it's even coming, or do you think it's all baloney and Ford is just going to completely drop the ball on whatever the hell a Mach 4 is? Let me know in the comment section down below. Smash that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.